Everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining me today for this live session. We're going to work together again. So if you haven't done this before, let me explain how it works. There is in the description box below this video a schedule. And so we will do 2 sessions with a break in between, no big deal. So the idea is that you set an intention, you focus, you work, then you pull back and reflect on what you got done. Especially that's helpful for me when I'm doing something that like isn't so easy for me to do, or I don't know, I'm just getting caught up in it and I need to refresh my mind. So you don't have to take the break if you don't want to, but I find it helpful. So I'm going to use the Pomodoro timer system, and last time we did this, I noticed that in the what do you call it, in the replay, that you could see the timer, which is kind of cool. So maybe I won't use the Pomodoro app because it might not read as well. So we'll just use regular Apple timer app. So say hello, just write your where you're from, what you're going to work on today. I am working again on this shelf. This is my archives from not all time, but recent-ish archives from maybe like 15 or 17 years of my production. So I haven't been through a lot of the boxes in a while, so I'm going one by one through all the boxes. So that's been interesting. Anyway, so I will also have my laptop here, and I'll try and check in periodically with you on comments, but it's so much fun for me when you guys speak up and write little notes to each other, let everybody know what you're working on, what part of the world you're in, and we will do another one of these next week, Thursday, what is that, May 21st. So I think I'm going to move it back to 10:30 my time. That works a little bit better for me. I was like feeling bad that I left my folks on the other side of the world out, but a lot of people, actually the majority of people, do this in the replay. So so I guess it's not really going to majorly impact people who are working with us, even not in actual physical time, if that makes sense. Okay, so without any more blabbing, I'm gonna set the timer so you guys can get started. And if my talking, I try and talk a little just kind of to keep interaction going and to check in on the comments, but if you want quiet, obviously just turn off the sound and you can just keep an eye on the timer. See if that'll show. Yeah, see, that's pretty easy to see. I'll like try and prop it up here so you can see it. Okay, let me know if you can see that. All right, let me check comment stream here. Okay, I'm not even on the right video yet. Hold on. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Hey, Andy from Philadelphia. If you want to let us know what you're working on, I'd love to know. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and I'll just enjoy your presence. Thank you. This one. going to show you guys something because sometimes last week I showed you stuff. So this is a monotype that I did for the San Jose Institute of Contemporary Art. They used to do this monotype marathon, and they would invite artists to create prints at these workshops, and then they would select one of the prints so to sell in an auction. So anyway, this is one of the prints, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and I took it out, and then I realized that I am invited to be in a show at the Bedford Gallery in Walnut Creek that's called Bird Nest Nature. And anyway, so they invited me to be in that show. And right now they're actually, if you guys do bird art, they're having an open call. So if you have any art of birds, I don't know if it's ended, but part of it is curated. So they invited some of us artists, and then they're also doing an open call, like a jury portion of it. Anyway, all that to say is that when I found this print, and I'm thinking all the time of all these arts organizations that are, you know, having to have their doors closed right now, and you know, closing their exhibitions, not getting admission fees and all that, not being able to do programs, and I, you know, just how can I donate or how can I contribute in some way. Then so I had this idea, maybe I would auction this off on my Instagram, and instead of paying me for it, they would give a donation to the Bedford Gallery to support their programming. They do all kinds of really cool exhibitions. They do school tours. They do workshops for students. So they're a really nice organization. Bedford Gallery in Walnut Creek. You can look them up. But anyway, so this is a sparrow I did. And I really like it. I love birds. So like, part of me is like, why would I let this go? But I'm not looking at it. I'm not enjoying it. And it's really big, and I don't have a lot of space in my house. So maybe I could help someone else by donating this. Anyway, I'm going to take a picture of it just so you can see it. And if you want to, I mean, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to reach out to them and see what they think of my idea. But follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description box if you want to be in on that. Because I would do the either it'll be an auction or a flat price or whatever. I know a lot of my artist friends have been doing that recently on Instagram. There've been a lot of really cool things of people, artists donating work for a contribution to a local or national charity, especially things that are there supporting people during this pandemic times we're living in. Okay, anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm going to take our timer for a minute. There are 19 minutes left. I'll put it back, I promise. Megan from Oklahoma, how's it going? What part of Oklahoma are you from? I've actually never been there, but sounds like a cool place. A guy in my oh, never mind. I was thinking of another place. Sorry. And there's L. I have a piece that I like, but it does not have enough contrast. I want to put a layer on it that is translucent, but does not show brush marks. I would say glazing, and I have a number of videos here on YouTube about glazing, and it talks about how to get a brush stroke free look using the correct brush and the correct medium. And since you don't want to show brush strokes, you might do a little practice. Just sometimes it takes a little finesse, but the glazing mediums or glazing liquids that different acrylic companies make, they are designed to level the brush strokes. And a soft brush. But anyway, watch my videos for more complete information on Hi, Arjan from the Netherlands. Welcome. Hey, Sarah. Maria from Stockholm. I'm glad you could make it. Yay. Ellen from Houston. You got your iPad in the studio. That's awesome. It's nice when we have an internet connection in our studio. I'm glad you could connect. Not everyone does, right? Megan. Oh, you're in Ardmore, about an hour north of Dallas. And you're originally from Ohio, but fell in love with Oklahoma. Oh, that's nice. It's great to be. I feel like that about California. I wasn't born here, but I love it. It's my place. I've been here most of my adult life. Aw, you're gonna make a cake for your birthday boy. That's so sweet. Awesome. I'm so happy to have you. I'm not much of a baker at all, but I have been doing more baking recently just because I'm at home more. So anyway, that's fun. All right. Hey, Carolyn, welcome back. Nice to see you again this week. Glad you could join. Okay, we've got our timer right there again in the lower corner where you can see it. 15 minutes left on this time block. hear that? That's our timer. Can you hear the birdie sound? I forgot which bird that is. Anyway. So that's our first break. Wow, that went fast. I am so happy. I had that idea for a while with that bird print, and I didn't realize I actually had a photo of it already, so I thought I had to take a picture of it and just send it to the curator and see what they thought of the idea. So anyway, I took care of that, but then I also had to sign it, and since I don't do printmaking a lot, I had to look up how do you sign prints. I know there's like, you have to do the edition, and your name goes in a certain place, the title, and blah, blah, blah. So that actually took up a good portion of that segment of time, but I felt very happy that I got that done because it's been in the back of my mind for a while. So I'm gonna check in with you guys. Where are you? How are things going? Check out the chat. Sarah, how are your wedding thank yous coming along? Ellen said, I decided not to worry about the brush marks, and in the process I discovered that acrylic ink drops on a wet surface make lovely flower shapes that resemble alcohol drips. Awesome. I love that. Creative process in action. Anyway, anyone else want to share where they are in their process, or maybe you're just continuing to work and not taking a little break? I'm gonna get myself a drink of water. Oh, I was supposed to set the timer for the break. Okay, anyway, since we started a little early, we still have, so this is break timer. 5 minutes. Look at this beautiful bowl I ordered off of Etsy. It's a handmade bowl. And I wanted something that was sort of like not shiny, but white and irregular, so it's not a perfect circle for this installation. And the idea is that it's part of this, well anyway, it's something that the artist adds to over time. It goes on a stack of cut fabrics, and then there's colored water in here, and it evaporates, showing the passage of time. It's sort of like a geologic striation, and I'll show you. I did it on a bowl for an installation I did, but this is just like a generic thrift store, $1 thrift store bowl. It doesn't have quite the same quality, but guess what? This bowl is so beautiful and so perfect. I'm having the hardest time putting paint in it. Anyway, even though that's what I bought it for, but it wasn't cheap. It was like, I don't know, it was like $50 or something. So it's like really hard, but you know, it's someone's handmade piece of art. So anyway, so that's like sitting there and I'm looking at it. It's like, am I just gonna have it as an art bowl, or am I actually like, you know, just like a piece of art pottery in my life, in my home? Or am I actually going to use it for this installation? I think I need a little encouragement to do that. Let me check in. Some more people have been weighing in. Wow, you're doing it with stevia, making your cake with stevia. And you've already gotten part of that. Was so fast. You got a lot done, Maria. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you're saying, Sarah, you did the draft for your thank you notes last week, the text, and now you're physically writing them, which can be tiring on the hand. Maybe some little hand stretches. Give your arms a break right now. Shoulders. I love this one. Anyone wants to do a little shoulder break, this is really good because if you're ever like working on the computer or leaning over a drawing or a painting or something, so good to go backwards. Hear those footsteps? That's my husband. I can tell his boots, the sound of his boots. Isn't that bowl nice, Maria? I know. Shoulder rolls, yay. Okay, so I am next, in the next segment, I'm gonna open up this is some work I did on a residency, and I called it Planets. It's kind of cosmic-y work. I don't even remember it. I don't know the last time I sealed the box up, but I vaguely can picture these artworks, but they've been in the box for a long time. Okay, it's almost time to get back to work. It's been longer than a 5-minute break, so those of you who want to jump back in, I think I'm going to set the timer because I didn't set the timer till I'd been breaking. Oh, so that's so interesting. So that was a white-crowned sparrow, the timer, and the monotype is a white-crowned sparrow also, so I'm pretty sure it's a white-crowned sparrow. Maybe it's just like a common house sparrow, never mind. But anyway, it was a sparrow timer. Okay, so we're going to start our timer again. We'll do another 25-minute segment, and I just want to thank you guys again for being here. This is a project that I like doing, but I really probably would not be doing it if not for this appointment with you guys every week. So I hope you'll come back again next week. It'll be 10:30, May 21st, that's a Thursday. And I will do, as I normally do, I'll do an announcement on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram, and I'll try and do one of those time translators, so you can just click on a link, a URL link, and if you're not in Pacific Coast time zone, you can translate it to your time zone. All right, back to work, everybody. sure what to do with this box. I have all these pieces that I made. These were for a big piece I did in 2009 called Sea of Connections. It's a really large, maybe 15-foot wall hanging painting thing that I made of these pieces of coated aluminum that I kind of a way of putting acrylic on them that I invented. And I have all these extra ones that went into storage. I'm wondering if these might be cool for the paintings I'm working on now. I might leave them out. Sarah, or maybe for our thing, maybe I should send you one of these. Sarah and I are working on a collaborative piece. I think I'll send one to you, Sarah, when we share our other stuff. Anyway, these are really cool. I love them, but I haven't done anything with them in over 10 years. So. Here, you guys, is learn from my mistakes. So I used, at the time, what I had to store them was freezer paper, but freezer paper is only waxed on one side, and so the acrylic stuck to the papery side. Not cool. But there's this stuff called silicone release paper that won't stick. And apparently Tyvek won't stick, but Tyvek has so much texture. I don't use it because I'm afraid in storage, if it's weighted, the texture of Tyvek might imprint on it. And the only kind of Tyvek I was able to find when I bought mine was the kind that they use to wrap houses, so it has text on it too that might come off. But this paper, I thought I had a sheet of it. Anyway, it's called silicone release paper, and you can buy it by the roll. And I need to buy some more of it, but you can use it as interleaving. If you have acrylic paintings, that's what I use now. Back then, however many was 10, 12 years ago, I didn't know that, and so I used what I had and it stuck. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. I could probably get this off with a lot of like water and scrubbing, but I might not bother. It works better. The plastic bags work pretty good. Ah! This is such a bummer. But the back side of this could be used. It could be painted on. So it's not, all is not lost. Now we need to order more silicone release paper. sorry, I lost the timer. Okay, we have a little over 9 minutes left, you guys. Yeah, Ellen, freezer paper and glassine will stick to acrylic painting, so word from the wise, do not use that anymore. That's just what you saw, freezer paper. Stuck. Stuck, stuck, stuck. Glassine, really not good. So I'm putting a link in for you, silicone release paper. Oh shoot, no, I'm signed in. I can't do that. I can't do that because I can't sign in as myself here. I'll put it in the description box later. I don't know if I can log out as myself and log back in. Okay, I just put a link in the description box for that silicone release paper. I'm looking, it's not quite the size. I wanted like a 36, they only have a 36 by 24, which is really small, or 48 by 300 feet, which is too big. And I'd have to spend a lot of time cutting it, so I'm trying to find a different size, a 36 inch. By 24, that might be easier. Or wait, okay, maybe I did 24. Huh. Oh, okay, sorry, our timer just didn't go off. So it is now 2 o'clock. It's been an hour, so we've completed our time together today. Thank you so much again for joining me. I'm going to check in and see some other comments. Ellen says the acrylic ink resisted with the application of GAC 100 where the ink was thick. Ink resisted. So it didn't adhere to the GAC 100, the ink. Then you probably need to use fluid to get it to adhere. Yeah, sometimes if the acrylic surface is really slick, ink won't adhere very well to it. So try a fluid paint or try and mix a little more medium in with it if that works. Okay, hey Punch Drunk. Thanks for checking in and saying hi. Okay, so come back next week, Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Hope you'll be there. All right, happy working. All best to you guys.